What's up, man? This is Silent Rob, and I'm here to answer your Mega Man questions. So let's go through and get to the first one here. What is it that personally draws you to the Mega Man series and makes you such a massive fan? I think a lot of it is nostalgia because I grew up with these games, and they really meant a lot to me when I was a kid. I owned Mega Man 2, Mega Man 4, and Mega Man 5, and I definitely liked certain games more than others. I'm sure you could probably figure out which ones, but I loved the games. And the second thing that makes them so good is the gameplay. On the NES, there weren't very many games that were as solid as the Mega Man games. There weren't very many glitches. They played very well. They were created very well. The music was good. The level design was good. The graphics were extraordinary. Back in the day, the graphics didn't get any better than Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3. That was the top. I mean, that's just pretty much as good as it could get on an 8-bit system. And I saw that even as a kid. Um, the second question is, what are your favorite and least favorite additions to the series? Um, well, my favorite is Mega Man 2. Always will be. Mega Man 2 is just the biggest leap in quality over any other game. The jump between Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2 is huge. The jump between any of the rest of the games, not so huge. But if I had to pick my least favorite game, it probably would be Mega Man 4. And once again, a lot of that has to do with nostalgia too, because I remember getting this game when I was a kid and being super psyched for it. Because I owned Mega Man 2 at the time, I owned Mega Man 5, I had rented Mega Man 3 several times. I knew all about the Mega Man games, and I loved them. So when I finally got a hold of Mega Man 4, even as a kid, I just knew something was wrong with this game. It just didn't feel right. It didn't really feel like a Mega Man game. The music sounded different, the levels felt different. It just felt like a different game. And to this day, I still think it's the worst Mega Man game, at least on the NES. Sure, there are worse Mega Man games. Mega Man X6 is probably the worst Mega Man game. Mega Man X7 I heard is pretty bad too, but I've never really played it. But therein lies the problem. I've never really got into the X games as much as the regular games. So, but that's just me. Let's see here. Why do you feel the series' presence has declined in recent years with cancellations of Mega Man Legends and Mega Man Universe and no current games in production for the first time since the character's creation? Well, I think a lot of that is stagnation. The series has not really changed since its inception. There's been different versions of it, like the RPG type games on the Game Boy and stuff like that, but the game in and of itself has not really changed. And that's good for people that like nostalgia for like me and stuff. I mean, I would buy them regardless because I just like the series. But for your average fan and for your average gamer, this has just been the same game released like 500 times. You know what I mean? People, not everybody gets into stuff like that, and I just think that people have just been getting sick and tired of the series. Stuff like Mega Man Universe is an interesting example because I just feel that game never really looked that good to begin with. And I think some bad press started to get out from some of the game shows on how the game played and how it looked and how it just didn't look that great. I think that's what really ultimately led to the cancellation of Mega Man Universe. Um, Mega Man Legends is a different story altogether. Mega Man Legends 3, I think that was a bad decision canceling that game, as it could have been a very good game. But I think Mega Man needs a reinvention. Something akin to what they're doing for the Devil May Cry games. Maybe not as extreme, but they could do something to spice up Mega Man. And I think they will ultimately do that. Which leads into the next question. What do you think the future holds for Mega Man, if anything? I don't think Mega Man's dead. I think Mega Man's going to come back for sure. What I think they're going to do is they're going to bring back Mega Man X. I think if I had to guess, I would think that they would bring back Mega Man X in the original graphics that the Super Nintendo games had. Eventually. I think they're going to eventually do this. And I think it will be a good step for Mega Man. that's the only logical direction to go at this point. Basically either do a complete reinvention or do another Mega Man X game, which is what people have been asking for a long time, is pretty much your only two options at this point. I don't think releasing another NES style Mega Man is going to be good because Mega Man 9 and 10 were great, but we need something else. I don't think releasing some random Battle Network game is going to please fans either. So you basically have two options: either bring back Mega Man X, which is what people have been wanting for a long time, or completely reinvigorate the series. If they don't do these things, then Mega Man's going to stay dead. And they know this, which is why they're not going to put out some half-assed Mega Man game for no reason. So, I hope this answers your questions, and Silent Rob signing out.